I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark, where I started a company 20 years ago, and we're now 8,000 people, and our biggest representation in Europe is still Copenhagen, but followed very closely by our offices here in Greece. We invested a lot of money into Intrasoft, and that's because I think, as Mr. Christopoulos said, there's a lot of potential here and a lot of great solutions. Denmark has been rated #1 digitized government country for 4 years in a row now. And I think the reason why, and I know that some countries think they're more digitized than others, but I think the reason is because they had, from the beginning, a very clear strategy on some really core political issues, like the core welfare systems. The welfare system is about pension, child benefits, housing benefits. These systems need to be renewed for several reasons. One, of course, they need to be transparent, fair, so people actually trust them. And also for safety, right? If you really want to attack someone, attack some of those welfare systems, and we all gone. And I think that just in Denmark alone, we're paying out 25% of GDP back to the Danes. We pay high tax, but we also pay some of it back. And those systems have to work. So I think that's one of the areas where, especially now with this tremendous opportunity with the RRF, that actually gives you the opportunity to go in and renew these things. And it is a big decision to do so, and can't do it at the same time, but it has to be done. I think another area is health, and I'm very aligned with the professor here. Seriously, all our countries in Europe right now, we have huge challenges when it comes to health. Okay, we've got demographics. People are just getting older. It's great, but it's expensive, right? We have chronic diseases more than ever. Maybe because we're getting older, I don't know. And then maybe even the worst problem is people don't want to work there. I spent 4 days in a hospital walking around with nurses trying to figure out how that work was. We made a television program about that 2 years ago, and I found out technology can help them tremendously, so that kind of work actually becomes more attractive, exactly aligned with what you said, Mr. Coggins. It's so important that it's not the technology alone. What are we doing it for? So we need to do that. We need to do... EU came up with new data laws now, so maybe Greece should become the first country where you actually have a health data lake, because it's possible now. It's politically possible. You need robotics, you need aid for them working in the sector, and you need telemedicine solutions. We need that. That's like, we just got to do that. Then, of course, there's the whole green transition, which is energy, production, distribution. We heard so much about it during the last 2 days. I'm not going to dwell into it. That's a huge subject of its own. But there's also transportation, construction, digital twins, and even airports. Who mentioned airport? We're actually building right now the first data-driven airport in Copenhagen. So the vision is that it's going to be controlled by algorithms for it to be greener, and people can transverse through it much quicker. I got 30 seconds. Education. Education. We need more people in the sector. That's the only way Europe's going to win, and we can do that with technology. And then finally, I think simple solutions that we can share across borders, like small countries, like Denmark and Greece. There's a lot of potential there, a lot of solutions we can share. In Denmark, we enforced digital post, so there's no mailboxes anymore, no physical mailboxes. You receive everything in a secure box, digital box. And now we've also made it possible to read what's in the letters, so we can communicate public to public, public to private. And I think solutions like that, I would call them, you call them wow solutions. We call them blockbusters. Something that people understand. Just like when we did the COVID pass. We did the COVID pass in Northern Europe. It was not a blockbuster in the beginning. I have to say, it became a blockbuster because people could go into restaurants, but it was not a blockbuster in the beginning. But it actually changed people's minds. So I'm so much aligned with you guys. And I think that's the end of my time.